Before we start with the analysis, I have to say that we will use the Thoth tarot deck that was created by one of the greatest magicians of our time, Sir Aleister Crowley. His determination and perseverance, escorted by Lady Frida Harris, created this beautiful artwork. In my opinion, this is the best tarot deck I have ever came across. Piece by piece, we will connect the puzzles to come to the bigger picture. Movie is called 12 Angry Men, and we can start from there. There are 12 members of a jury. In tarot, number 12 is a great arcana, Hanged Man. This card represents the will to reverse the negative circumstances, sacrifice for the sake of future success, self-sacrifice, turnaround situations, the victim in order to hit the target. That's exactly what these people do in the film. They're tossing and turning, thinking, talking and fighting over whether the accused is innocent or guilty. When we determine that we can go further and watch the film through the eyes of the tarot. The jury lined up like cards in the deck. Starting from the first juror, number 1 is the so-called Mr. Former. Every card has multiple meanings, and magician can be a juggler or a master of magic.
You fellas can handle this thing any way that you want to. I'm not going to make any rules. We can, discuss it first and then vote on it. That's, of course, that's one way. And, we can vote on it right now. And
I think it's customary to take a preliminary vote.
We can say that Mr. Former falls under jugglers. Juggling and seeks to establish balance and harmony as much as possible with the jurors. He is there to direct people to what is proper and what is required by law, and that's all. Juror number 2 is Great Arcana High Priestess. The High Priestess represents wisdom, serenity, knowledge and understanding. She is often described as a guardian of the unconsciousness. She sits in front of the thin veil of awareness, which is all that separates us from our inner selves. This juror is like a high priestess, very quiet and withdrawn. You'll notice that his feminine side will be more pronounced than the male side. During a conversation with others, he will show wisdom when the discussion focused around the switchblade knife, which was very important around removing guilt from the accused and rescue his life. Juror number 3 is the Great Arcana Empress. The Empress is the archetyped Earth Mother, the Anima, the feminine principle, Demeter, Freya and the goddess of fertility, ruled by Venus, the planet of love, creativity, fertility, art, harmony, luxury, beauty and grace. So I would say that this card is reversed by all means, and on this occasion represents everything opposite of what it should be, as well as juror number 3. He is the biggest opponent of the main actor and the greatest fighter that defended to be put to death. As we made our way forward, we will find some other cards that are facing upside down as well as the Empress. Juror number 4 is a great arcana Emperor. Emperor represents intellect, strong will, authority, government, self-control in a tense situation. All of this is embedded in juror number 4, presented as a broker. The Emperor is the complement to the Empress. This is mostly seen as the movie goes along, where the juror number 3 often seeks support from the juror number 4 and sticks with him until the very end. Juror number 5 is Great Arcana Hierophant. Morality, honesty, honor, reputation, self-control, all this and more is shown in the secretive juror number 5. Hierophant is representative of the astrological sign of the bull. Incidentally, this actor, Jack Klugman, was born under that sign, which is synonym for calm and patient man. This juror during the talk will receive plenty of insults and inconveniences, but carry them with dignity and honor. Juror number 6 represents Great Arcana Lovers. These cards symbolize love, union, and marriage. Being with your soulmate, feeling passionate about something or someone, doing things that make you feel whole. This juror is a quiet and calm person. In certain moments he expresses great humanity and warmth towards old men, and he is the only one who defends him against anger and ridicules of others. Juror number 7 represents Great Arcana Chariot. We can say that this is the second card turned upside down. This card upside down represents instability, destruction, war, loss of control because of the pressure, acting without mercy, etc. Is this reminding you of someone? This juror expresses all the low and negative parts of this tarot card. From the very start of the movie he is bouncing, hopping around and cannot wait to finish everything to go on a baseball game. There is not an ounce of humanity or compassion for the life of the accused in him. Juror number 8 represents Great Arcana Justice. Justice is daughter of Master of Truth, one who controls the balance. This card represents carefully and proper judgment, prudent decision, discipline, honor, justice, trial, karmic duties. He is only one who provided an opportunity that both lawyers and environment made a mistake in making defendant guilty. He was the first one to oppose to other jurors. He had the courage to do so, to be criticized, attacked, ridiculed, even threatened with death. Looking at this through the eyes of the tarot, watching through spiritual eyes, watching things from the point of metaphysics, and thus engaging into spiritual science, taking all possible aspects into account, we will come to the conclusion who is really juror number 8.
Are you a salesman?
I'm an architect. I'm an architect.
I mean, you sat in court with the rest of us. You heard what we did. The kid's a dangerous killer. You could see it.
He's 18 years old. Well, I was wondering how clearly the old man could have heard the boy's voice through the ceiling.
Didn't hear it through the ceiling. The window was open. So was the one upstairs. It was a hot night, remember?
It was another apartment. It's not that easy to identify a voice, particularly a shouting voice.
Identified it in court.
That's right. And don't forget the lady across the street. She looked right in the open window and saw the boy stab his father. Now, I mean, isn't that enough for you?
No, it isn't.
Boy, how do you like this guy, huh? It's like talking into a dead phone. So how come you vote not guilty?
Well, there were 11 votes for guilty. It's not easy to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it first. I'm not trying to change your mind. It's just that we're talking about somebody's life here. We can't decide it in 5 minutes, supposing we're wrong.
Supposing we're wrong. Supposing this whole building should fall down on my head, you can suppose anything.
That's right. He's had a pretty miserable 18 years. I just think we owe him a few words, that's all.
I don't mind telling you this, mister. We don't owe him a thing. He got a fair trial, didn't he? What do you think that trial cost?
Juror number 9 represents Great Arcana, the Hermit. This card represents Old Wise Man, occultist who kept his knowledge, asceticism, concentration, meditation, initiation. This juror was first who had courage to join architect and together with him began to receive criticism, humiliation and assault of others. His arguments and insights have been of paramount importance to the whole situation to prevail in favor to the accused and to strip shadow of doubt from him. His powerful insights are such that no one has noticed them, not even the architect.
There are 12 people in here concentrating on this case. 11 of us didn't think of it either.
Well, what about the district attorney? You think he'd pull a trick like that? Have her testify without her glasses?
Everything in the description of the juror number 9 indicates that he is the Hermit card. Juror number 10 represents the Great Arcana Wheel of Fortune. This is an example of the third upside-down tarot card, alongside with the Major Arcana Empress and the Chariot.
6 to 6. I'm telling you, some of you people in here must be out of your minds. A kid like that.
I don't think the kind of boy he is has anything to do with it. The facts are supposed to determine the case.
Don't give me that. I'm sick and tired of facts. You can twist them any way you like. You know what I mean?
That's exactly the point this gentleman has been making.
Oh.
I mean, you keep shouting at the top of your lungs.
I beg pardon.
I beg pardon. What are you so polite about?
For the same reason you're not. It's the way I was brought up.
Very aggressive person, insulting, humiliating others on all grounds. Very narrow-minded and quarrelsome. This juror is a very negative, if not most negative juror in the room, right beside juror number 3. This tarot card upside down represent things going bad for you, error, vanity, etc. Juror number 11 represent Great Arcana Lust. This tarot card, if set properly, represent willpower, courage, action, confidence, generosity, nobility. This juror, the watchmaker, is cultured, polite, humane man who was second after the old man who moved to the side with the architect, and was immediately attacked by several jurors for his decision.
I want you to get up and tell me why you changed your vote. Come on, now, give me reasons.
I don't have to defend my decision to you. There is a reasonable doubt in my mind.
What reasonable doubt? That's nothing but words. Here, look at this. The kid you just decided isn't guilty was seen ramming this into his father. Now, what about this, Mr. Reasonable Doubt?
That's not the knife, don't you remember?
Oh, brilliant.
I'm telling you, this is the craziest.
This tarot card represents the astrological sign of Leo, and juror number 11 was not to be underestimated, because like Leo, this juror resisted all attacks and criticism and gave a hand of help to the architect. Finally, we come to the juror number 12, represented by Great Arcana the Hanged Man.
How about you? How did you go? So much evidence to sift. This is a pretty complicated business.
Frankly, I don't see how you can vote for acquittal.
This sentence describes him so much. This juror is a good-behaved, soft-spoken, playful spirit, but also naive and reckless at times. Going with the wind, so to speak. We can say that he wasn't understanding completely what is going on, but voted not guilty because everyone else voted that way. As I said, go with the flow. Beside everything, I must praise this man at the end, because he moved to the side of the architect at the very end. That would be all, folks. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this, you can click the subscribe button and be notified for my new videos. Also, you can donate on my Patreon page and help me to create better videos. Thank you and see you soon.